Good morning. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson with Johnny Manson, who's still trying to wake up, and Mike Kincaid. We're at the SOHA base camp. It is Thursday morning, January 30th, 7:30 a.m. We have just climbed out of the tents. Gentlemen, did you sleep good?
Yeah, I did. It was really nice. I was between you two guys, so it was pretty warm. Well, okay, I'm not going there.
What happens in SOHA stays in SOHA, Mike. Okay? Okay. Johnny?
Yeah.
Did you sleep good?
Yeah.
You look like you're still sleeping, buddy.
I am.
Okay, let's go check the food bowls.
All right.
We're going to get these guys' initial response. This was our fourth night here. I did not tape yesterday because the battery was dead in my phone. So,
You missed yesterday's food bowl?
yeah, I couldn't tape it.
Oh, you could have used my phone to tape it?
Ah, bummer. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know now.
That was a killer hit.
It was a killer hit. But this is our last morning of checking the food bowls because we're going to pack up and leave camp. You can see the nice reflectors on Johnny's coat, so no cars are going to hit him out here in the woods.
No flying squirrels.
No flying squirrels are going to hit him either. That's a good point. And none of us ever come out to the food bowls in the morning unless we're all together, just so you know.
Very true.
And let's see what happens.
Oh, wow.
All right, now squat down and get close to the bowl
Very interesting.
and tell me what you see so I can get you guys and the bowl together. Squat down.
First external of the bowl, there's one Cheeto here. Cheeto piece.
Is that a Cheeto or an M&M?
That looks actually like an
That's
M&M.
peanut M&M right
There's a
there.
little chunk out of it.
Yeah.
There is actually a little, no, see it? Right there is a little chunk out of it.
Let's see. No, that's melted.
You think it's melted?
Yeah, it's melted.
Now,
They're
could
not-
that be from moisture or...
That would be in the mouth. Melted. What do we have here in the bowl?
Well, some of the sandwiches are pulled apart.
What about all this coloration over here? Is that different?
That's wood.
I know, but like the color of it, I've never seen that color in wood before. It's kind of
I don't know.
orange. Is that Cheeto, maybe?
No, that's just wood. Let's get back to the bowls, gentlemen. What's
See,
in the bowls?
I can't lead him into like strange, mysterious things. He's keeping me on track.
I'm keeping
More of
you
the
on track.
sandwiches are pulled apart with some of the stuff licked off, or I don't know, scraped off with their finger. It looks like a finger
Definitely
or a tongue's
finger.
been in this. I would say a finger in here
Yeah.
has went and scooped, because it doesn't look like the sandwich has moved from how you set it.
Right.
And that's the second time we've seen that behavior on a sandwich like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this looks like a finger scoop on this side and on that side.
Right. So finger scoops on that one and on that one. And it looks like the raspberry jam got licked pretty good off that piece.
This one's completely murdered. I mean, everything's gone off that one.
Everything got licked off that one.
And none of it's nibbled.
No.
There's no nibble or...
No little
Bites.
animal bites.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look what happened to those peanut M&Ms.
Well, that's...
Yeah, I mean, but not, they've been sucked on and put back in again, like they were the last time.
Yeah.
Look over here. We had 10 Cheetos in there.
Yeah, it looks like some are missing. There's some under this
Go ahead and move.
sand. Move my hand.
No, go ahead and move
don't
them,
touch the
just
bowl.
don't touch the bowl.
We have 3 Cheetos left.
3 Cheetos left.
1, 2, 3.
And once again, raspberry, and no peanut butter.
Interesting. Look at that, how they pull the sandwich apart and they eat the, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
They pulled it apart. That's the raspberry half. That's the raspberry half. And this is
There's
the
a
peanut butter half, but
that's
it's
licked
licked off. And that's the raspberry part, and that's licked off. Now, we had 8 sandwich halves in on both bowls. How many sandwich halves do we
2,
have?
3,
3 intact sandwich halves.
5. But we're missing... See, that's a jelly, that's a jelly, that's a jelly, that's a peanut butter.
Yeah, so we're missing 4 halves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 halves plus the 3 there would be a total of 7, plus 1 half is completely missing.
So it's like they ate the peanut butter halves on a couple.
Yeah, and licked off the jelly. And then over here, this was separated. and licked or finger scooped there.
Pull that one out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, what?
Well, you can just
What do you
definitely
see?
there's an impression going this way.
Yeah.
Or coming from that direction.
Okay.
It's hard to see exactly what it is, but there's these little kind of nail kind of mark there and there.
Yeah.
Cool.
My eyes are really bad. Don't get old.
Your eyes are really bad. Don't
Well,
get
for close distances, right, Mary? My wife.
right. Cool. Okay, and
It's
how many?
actually really interesting too, because there's this like little swipe here, and then these little things down here. It's almost like it's fingernail or something like a.
Okay.
It's really kind of an interesting pattern.
And what kind of sandwich halves do we have left here? We have 1, 2, 3 intact sandwich halves.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 intact sandwich halves.
Yeah.
Where's? Nope, that's not a sandwich half.
Yeah.
So
1, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this could count as 1.
Right.
They didn't take the fig. How many fig Newtons did you get?
We
1?
had 2 fig Newtons.
Okay, so they took 1, unless it's hidden under here.
And only 1 molasses cookie. They didn't take the cookie. And how many peanut M&Ms are left in that bowl?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
8, and plus 1 on the
9.
ground. So they took 1, right, and they left 8 in the bowl. And okay.
It almost looks like the finger sweep comes this way, this way, and then it touches. So it's like a sweep.
Interesting.
Or sweep, like with 2 fingers. Very weird.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. And again, there were 3 Cheeto Puffs left, which means they ate 7 Cheeto Puffs. So, we had a total of 16 sandwich halves, 8 sandwich halves in each bowl, and they
So
ate
how
a
would a
few and
critter?
licked them.
How would a critter first grab a Cheeto Puff and eat it? A Cheeto Puff and eat it, and just eat those Cheeto Puffs and then eat the sandwiches. Or now I'm confused how that can be a squirrel or a deer.
You know. Yeah, how can it be a deer?
The bottom line is, if you looked at Cynthia's pictures posted online of the raccoon hitting the gifting bowl in the backyard, back home in Washington, the food was scattered all over the place when the raccoons hit the bowls, okay? Now look at the food scatter here around the bowls. Do we see any similarities?
And how would?
No.
Do we see any similarities?
No, not at all. But how would that M&M get out of the bowl without the bowl tilting out over? If it was a bear, or a deer, or a raccoon,
Right.
maybe.
In other words, it got picked up, put in the mouth, and then put outside the bowl.
And we heard stuff last night that was obvious.
What did we hear last night?
You want to explain?
At the 3 o'clock position, we heard a definite chirp, and then.
Well, that could have been a bird.
Chirp. No, it wasn't a chirp. It was more.
Wasn't a bird chirp.
More raccoony sounding without all the rustling through the woods. I mean, but not a raccoon quite. So, but
What else did you hear last night?
Some
whistling back at
Some
us.
whistling over here, and it was moving. It almost sounded like a kitten. At some points, to me, it almost sounded like a kitten meowing.
Like a little one
Yeah.
trying to whistle?
But I don't know. But it would move, and it would move back, and it would move here, and it would move back, and it would kind of stay in this location, and then come over here to like 11 and 10, or wait, yeah, 11 and 10, and then come back, and then go over to the 2 and back.
What did you guys hear last night when we crawled into the tent and zipped it up?
Pretty much like a couple minutes after we zipped up and bedded down, right behind us, there was like this crunch. Well, behind us at the 6 o'clock position coming into camp was like this very soft, padded kind of foot sound coming into the camp, coming right. So.
Upright bipedal walking is what you mean?
Yep, but you only heard like a little one, and then another one, and then a little bit later another one, and another one.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple points last night, when we would hear things, Atlas would kind of let us know. I mean, he was growling, and at one point he kind of like almost ran into the woods, but
yeah,
just kind of toward it and toward the noises, and really in protective mode, the beast that he is.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The
Yes.
massive dog that he is.
Yeah. Yes.
He did that a few times too. And that kind of was odd.
Yeah.
Well, he did that on our hike too.
It's a nice confirmation, though, that his head turns in the same direction that ours does when we hear the sounds.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nice confirmation. The other thing I
lot of
want to
times he beats
follow
us to
up
it.
on what I said earlier is actually there is no food scatter around the bulls.
Well, that M&M, that's food scatter.
That's being picked up and put out. The bread's not out, and there's not crumbs and pieces everywhere outside the bowl, nor, might I add, is there any inside the bowl, which is what you would find if little critters hit the bowl. So once again, little critters did not hit the bowl. So people who say, why don't you hang the bowls from a 7-foot off the ground string, or why don't you put them up on something so the small critters won't hit the bowl? Well, bottom line is, there's no animals up here in SOHA. Have you seen animals up here in SOHA?
I have not.
Not on top here, but when you go off the mountain a little bit, I can hear birds and stuff. Woodpecker.
Right.
Saw a squirrel in a tree, but
Down lower on the mountain.
yeah, you have to go down about 80 feet down off the sides.
Yeah, but not up here on the ridge line.
I have not
Just
seen
a crow
any.
flying over.
Right, exactly. So, bottom line is, no small animal critter scatter of anything outside the bowls or
It's interesting.
in the bowls.
The green M&M is gone, yet there's green there.
Yep. Good
And
point.
there's also green. Well, there's green here too at one point.
Which means whoever took that green M&M was the one that ate that sandwich, right?
Well, or the sandwich. That sandwich half was put down on top of the green M&M at one point.
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's-
okay.
It's kind of interesting.
It is. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
No green M&M.